William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. You're going to sleep.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in Las Vegas. The night before the fight.
Yeah.
That's Tyson's voice in the background, if anyone was wondering. Paris, how are you?
Very good, thank you, KUGAN. Bit late. KUGAN's working after hours.
Yeah, never stop. There's not really a shut-off point. Someone did ask me the other day and said, when do you stop? If I had to do one at 3 in the morning, see if you went to me there, rung me and went, 3 in the morning, I feel like I've got something to say. You know, I'd be over.
You'd be there. Bullet from a gun, KUGAN would be at the door.
I'd be over. You come over yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah. How's it been this time around, kind of him in camp, and are you just used to it now?
Totally used to it, it's normal, but the only difference this time was that I left it late to come over to the fight, and I didn't like that. I wouldn't do it again.
Why specifically did that happen this time?
The little baby wasn't very well, and he had 2 weeks in hospital, and then it was like getting him better, coming back, and then I just thought, you know what, I can't leave the kids for too long this time, so I think I'll only be over here for like 5 days in total, so the kids aren't left alone for too long.
So when you are like here, who has your kids now?
My mum has the kids.
Yeah.
She always has them. She goes, at the minute she comes up to my place and she watches them at our house. So the big kids can stop in school and that. It's better.
So he's been away for what, a month now, roughly?
Yeah, he's been in America for about a month. So I haven't seen him for like 3 or 4 weeks. So it was good to get over and see him, to be truthful. Because I was watching, obviously, like his brothers come over and they come over last week, and some friends was over last week. They was all making it for like a 10-day trip. So for the last 4 or 5 days I've been looking at all the photos coming back and social media and all the feeds of everybody being here, and I thought, it just made it worse. It just rubbed it in. It was salt in the wound that I wasn't here. So definitely was looking forward to getting over.
So this is the 3rd time Tyson's fought as a professional in America. Obviously Steve Cunningham all those many years ago.
Yeah.
In New York. And then obviously Wilder fight in LA, and now he's making his Las Vegas debut. So
this one's been a long time coming, the Las Vegas debut, because Tyson always said he wouldn't come to Vegas until he was fighting here.
Oh really? Is that?
Yeah,
I think I heard him say that actually. Yeah.
He always said it. He always maintained he wouldn't come here until he was fighting, and there was like loads of opportunities where there was even like friends of his that was fighting here. And the people would call him and say, please come, and why don't you come? And obviously he'd always have friends that saying, let's get out to the fight. And he'd say, no, I'm not going, not till I fight there. And I was like, yes, no boy trip for you. So it worked out well.
Yeah, it's quite mad to think kind of this far into his career that, yeah, he's not fought out here before. But I suppose with this new ESPN deal, it's kind of, that's all changed that now. So
yeah. I mean, Tyson always wanted to fight at home. It was always, ideally, if he could fight in Manchester for all his home fans, fight in the UK for his home fans, because he got offered to fight in America many times, but it was just the principle, though, you're better off fighting at home just for your fans, not for any reason for Tyson. It didn't make a difference if he fights in here, there or anywhere, but it was better for the fans. Like now, you're kind of hearing them saying like they're missing out because obviously not everyone can get abroad. So it's hard for that way, but it's also the excitement of being somewhere new is quite a good feeling.
I just want to kind of go back to I think the last time we actually did an interview was straight, not the morning after the fight actually. I remember we was in that hotel and where Tyson was having a press conference, and yeah, it was quite kind of a bizarre night in LA. Everything that happened.
You know what? I don't think I felt well for like a week after that fight. It was the worst fight he'd ever had, and it was the best fight he'd ever had in another sense. So it was just a horrible feeling afterwards. I was like, didn't like it, didn't want him to fight anymore. Wanted to end the lot. The feeling that I got that night and the stress and the pressures that it put us under, it was terrible. But he obviously felt great about it. He knew he'd won, and I knew he won, but it just wasn't that. It was just, obviously the risk involved in boxing is major. So to watch your husband or your partner get knocked down in such a way isn't nice to be seen.
Do you remember kind of what the immediate thought that went in your head as soon as you see that happen? I think.
Yeah, the first thought was he's dead. That was the first thought.
Really?
Seriously, because when he didn't get up, and I know Tyson will always get up if he can get up, and when he didn't, them first few seconds, I thought like he's hurt. He's really hurt. And I was big having the baby, so I remember chucking his brother Shane over the barricade, so I couldn't climb over it. So sort of like remember like pushing him over and saying, go to him. And then I saw him get up. I thought, wow, like, because he'd already been down once, so this was the second getting up. And then I thought, like, just survives, just cover up, survive. And he went running straight into him.
And won the rest of the round.
I won the rest of the round, but I didn't see it that way. All I kept thinking was, you idiot. Like, to me, obviously, I explained this to someone the other day. You've got fight or flight mode, and I obviously must have flight mode. So I think, like, when you get hit, just get out of there. And he doesn't. If he gets hit, he wants to keep going.
It's interesting, kind of your take on that, because everyone in the arena were stunned, and no one was expecting Tyson to get up. But I suppose you being as close as you are to Tyson, your immediate thing would probably be to think the worst. When you said, I thought he was dead,
Yeah,
I mean, it's like you're going to think the worst straight
that's
away.
What you do. You think the worst automatically. Like if the kids move out my eyesight for 2 minutes, they've been stole. Like that's it. Right? It's like your worst fear comes to the front first. Like, and I'm always like the worst of the worst. I always think the worst. So yeah, that's what happened. But obviously, I knew what it was. Is I know if Tyson can get up, he'll get up, as he proved.
Yeah.
But it took him a bit longer that time.
It's kind of a moment in not just heavyweight boxing, that kind of took over the actual result of the fight, the fact that he didn't win the fight itself, everything. That kind of moment.
No, that round just will go down.
That round, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's cemented its place in the history books, hasn't it?
Absolutely. People are still talking about it now. It's like 6-7 months on.
Yeah.
How's it kind of been since then up until now? Obviously, what's been kind of happening in that period?
It's been great. He had a few months off. He trained every day, but we had quite a few months at home together. Because with Tyson looking at the ESPN deal that he's went with, the fights wasn't getting made as quick. So obviously it's been a while since he's been in the ring. So it was great for us. We had him at home for a while. So that was nice. And then he signed this great deal. Everything's been great with everyone here at ESPN, and he's got his promoter Warren as well, and it's all merged really well. Thank God it's all going really good. Tyson's happy, and that's all that matters.
Obviously an MTK backing him as well.
MTK's done a great job for the last 3 years, 4 years, however long Tyson's been involved with them. They've been doing a great job with him, and I think they do really well with other boxers as well. I think it's great what they do with the other boxers, and they really try and help the little man as well.
So when kind of the ESPN deal was on everyone's lips, it was kind of a little bit of a shock to everyone. I know it was kept under wraps about that deal until it was announced, but is that something that he come and discussed with you about?
Yeah, we went through it. We talk about, like me and Tyson talk about all his deals that come and who he's going to fight, and we talk about these things together. He'll say to me, I don't know how much I matter, but he says, what do you think, Paris, and what do you think to this, and this has been spoke about, and this opponent's been put up, and we talk about it, and for what my knowledge on the situations will be, and I put my 10 pence in, and we discuss the matter together. And we said about this one, with it being in America, that we'd probably be in America a lot. We've even talked about moving over here, but I don't know. It's ideally if we can stay at home. I mean, that's it. We're from home.
But you guys are kind of really family orientated, and it would be a big decision, obviously, for you to kind of, even if it was just you, Tyson, and the kids, but then you're kind of all your family's back home in England.
Yeah, this is the thing. Obviously, that's. But if we did move over here, I'm sure it would only be for a few years, maybe 5 years, 10 years. And it doesn't affect us because I've travelled everywhere with Tyson before. I've seen us live literally 4 or 5 months of the year out the country and then have 2 weeks home and back again. But it's always nice to know you're going to go home. So if we did come here, it wouldn't matter. And ideally, it would probably be a great holiday destination for all the family, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there's worse places to be.
Yeah.
Kind of when came here, I did a long interview with Tyson where he was kind of talking about all kind of random things, and he was talking about that he still has these kind of good days and bad days, and I was kind of interested to know what consisted of a bad day, and he said it could just be anything that kind of, and you're going to be in a position to kind of answer this more than anyone as well. What kind of things would set him off that being a bad day? He said if he has a bad start to the morning, then
Simple as stubbing his toe, he could go into a bit of a bad day. But luckily, at the minute, if he has a bad day, he sort of recognises it, spins it round, and it works well, because before these last couple of years, before he come well with himself, he'd last for weeks in a lull, and he wouldn't pull out of it, and he'd think, what's the point in pulling out of it? Where now he sort of sees, if he's having a bad day or he's having a bad couple of days, he'll spin it, and he'll think like, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get up and I'm going to do something. We're going to go do something positive. We're going to go for a walk. We're going to take the kids off. We're going to go get a shower and a shave. And it's just silly little things like that brings him back round. But I mean, everyone keeps saying he's well and he's healthy and everything's going great, but there's always that worry in the back of your mind that it can come back.
is that what you worry about?
Sometimes, yeah. I don't really say it to Tyson because I don't want it to be like something that I can put on him to say like, oh, you could have this problem again. But anybody realistic would think that way, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but because we from the outside, when we're kind of just seeing Tyson being Tyson, basically like he has been. I mean, he's literally from you was there at the weigh-in today when he's got everyone up and
playing,
singing and everything as well, and he was like that at the press conference the other day. And I think when we kind of see that side of Tyson, we assume that everything is okay always and he's in a better place, which he quite evidently is. But then being with him 24 hours a day and spending kind of your life with him, which is what you do, then you'll kind of see
the good and the bad times.
The good and the bad as well, yeah.
And of course everybody has good and bad days, but we've seen the result of Tyson having his bad days, and it's more severe than most people's bad days. So it's always something that lingers in the back of your mind. I just hope everything just stays good, if Tyson can stay on track.
I can't remember what you said. That I'm pretty sure you said to me that you didn't think he was going to box again. Is that what you said? Is that what you used to think?
I always knew he would box again.
Yeah.
I always knew he would box again. It seemed like how was something that no one could get their head around, and I couldn't get my head around. How was he going to box again? That one I didn't know.
Yeah.
But to say I knew he'd box again, I always told everybody.
You just didn't know how he'd get there.
I just didn't know. And looking at him at the state he got at one point, I really did like look and think, how are you ever going to get back from this? But I always knew he would. Even though I didn't know how it would happen.
Yeah.
I just always
so
knew
I couldn't remember the exact of what you said the last time we spoke before the fight, while the fight, but what you're saying makes sense now. But to look at from that position up until now, like 18 months ago, when Tyson was out in Monaco.
Excuse me.
That's all right. When he was out in Monaco and kind of, he was probably at his biggest weight there.
We just worked it out. I think he made it like really big, 400 pounds. And he was very, very heavy at that stage. I mean, I was just looking at photos of him.
I mean, that was less than 2 years ago.
I know. I was thinking this. But you know what it is? He was dedicated to change. And it worked. And he's happy since he's done it. And you can see the difference. Since he's lost his weight and he's back. He's happy with how he's boxing and who he's boxing and where he's training and his trainers and everything. He's really happy with it all. So it's working. It's working really well at the minute.
But he was just saying there, sitting there, I don't know if pictures have come up from 2 years ago, but he was just saying, I don't know how I got myself that big and kind of in that state.
Because I think he's been looking in the mirror at where he is now for so long, for the last 6-12 months, that he's been in such good condition. And I think now he's gotten used to himself being well again and being healthy and fit and toned and trained. And to look back, it really does shock you. You think like, wow, was I really that big? Where obviously living it day to day, he knew what state he was in.
But I suppose the fact that kind of he's now an active fighter again, he had those 2 fights in June. 3 fights last year. Three fights last year. He's got one now in June, and to think that he hasn't fought for like six months now is kind of a period. He was saying I haven't fought for it since obviously December, and that was at the start of December. So he's an active fighter again. It must have a lot to do with it, kind of how he is in his mindset.
Yeah, of course it is, because that fighting's what he's always wanted to do, and he loves it and he enjoys it. And there was times when he was in a low point, he'd say, I hate boxing and what would I want to be boxing for? And you could see it was false, it was lies, because it was something he'd always done, he'd always wanted to do, and it was all he's ever really dreamed of being and doing.
He was talking about this a couple of days ago. Actually, he was saying that after the Klitschko win, he said to you, kind of like, enjoy this moment now because it's downhill from here. Do you remember that conversation?
Yeah, I remember him saying it to me. I remember him saying it a few times in them first couple of months. And I used to think, what are you on about? Like, you've always wanted to get here, you've won all your belts, you want to fight now and defend them all, and you've got your rematch, and everyone now's, they can't take away what you've done, you've accredited yourself. It didn't mean nothing then. His brain was too gone to understand what he'd done and to take it in, or if he did understand what he'd done, it just pushed him over the edge to think that it wasn't good enough. Something wasn't right there, he wasn't right.
But I mean, just in terms of kind of achievements, the Klitschko win is so big. I mean, when it happened, just for the pure fact of Klitschko was the man at the time. Tyson beat him, took his belts in his backyard. No one gave Tyson a prayer, so all them things kind of equated. And it does make you think: does anything actually top that? Will Tyson ever do anything to kind of top that night in Dusseldorf?
I don't know. I think what tops it, if you get to the end of your career and you're unbeaten and you've fought all the champions that are coming, I mean, does that not beat it? There's always something better in life, isn't there? I mean, I know that was the ultimate goal at the time, but once you've met that goal, there's always something more. So I think he just has to find the time to figure that out.
Yeah, because right now we don't know what that is yet. But
no, and at the minute he's on top of the world.
Fight night tomorrow. So what's kind of how do you spend the day with him tomorrow? Do you spend the day with him tomorrow on the day of a fight?
Just chill out. Just whatever he's doing. If he's eating a bit of food or chilling in the house, I'll just stay with him. I mean, all my friends here, because I've got loads of friends and family from out to Vegas, and they're all like, do you want to come with us tomorrow? Do you want to come to the pool party? Do you want to come and go see a show, go for some food, go shopping? And like, but I wouldn't leave him. I wouldn't leave him sitting. I mean, he's not going to be by himself. He's got his full trainers here in his camp and his brothers and that, but I don't leave him. Now, that's it. Until he's done his fight, this ain't a game, and it's not a pleasure for me, because my nerves has gone already, and that's it. I'll just be nervous until after the fight's finished.
Does it make a difference kind of who he's fighting? Obviously, Deontay Wilder last time out, so there was, the fact that Deontay Wilder's kind of a fearsome puncher, but I suppose any fight for you watching,
every single fight
it's the same.
Is a worry.
Yeah.
Every single fight. In no way am I naive to what can happen in the ring. And also, even if they both come out safe, but say Tyson loses, I know what that would put on his brain and what would happen, and also the fact that he'd be so upset. So even if it was like they come out healthy and everything's well, but Tyson had a loss, like it would just be so terrible for him. It's like an emotional problem. So it's not something you take it all serious. So whoever he's fighting, you take it seriously. But I'm not gonna lie, I know who's better than who. And when Tyson was fighting Deontay, I was worried. Of course, you knew this man was a better fighter than some others. So there's rankings and there's records for a reason. And I'm not naive to knowing who's better than who.
No, I think we saw with Anthony Joshua a couple of weeks ago that anything's possible in boxing.
Exactly.
And not to take anything lightly.
That's it. But Tyson made fun of me for looking into that fight. Ben is sexist. I've decided.
Why?
Because I was on the phone to Tyson the morning after that fight, and I called him up and I said, you know what? I said, I didn't even see that one coming. I said, didn't think he'd be the one to beat him. I knew someone would, but I didn't think he'd be the one to beat him. And I said, I was surprised. I said, because I looked at his record the other day in BoxRec, and I said he'd even been beaten by that other man. Well, Ben burst out in laughter at the side of him, and he started as well. Look at him checking out BoxRec. I said, look at you two then. I said, because I wouldn't check out BoxRec, would I? I thought, use asses. I said, go away then, go and play now, you two big boys. So yeah, they're trying to be big mature men, but they was laughing at me for checking out BoxRec.
Well, I'll be honest with you, the majority of the people that watch that fight have probably never seen Andy Ruiz fight.
No.
They've probably a lot of them have never heard of Andy Ruiz, to be fair. So
I'd heard the man's name a couple of times, but I never thought of him as a great contender in the high rankings. So
don't think Ben doesn't use BoxRec, because you know he does.
Oh, I know Ben uses BoxRec. He was laughing at me because I was a girl using BoxRec.
Sexist.
That's what they are. I'm telling him. I'm telling him what he was saying before. Do you want to go and tell Ezra? She'll fix it.
You crack on with box rec. That's what it's there for.
That's it. It's good. Good old box rec.
Yeah.
Tells you all the info.
So, would he speak to your kids like, did they have a fight or not?
Who?
Will Tyson speak to your kids? Did they have a fight?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Tyson will speak to them. The kids they don't. With the time difference now, probably.
They'll probably be getting up soon, won't they?
Yeah. It's actually. I keep forgetting. I can't figure out the times. It's about 6 o'clock at home now. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock over here. So another couple of hours, unless they're really on one and they're up at 6. Granny will kill them. So yeah, they'll be up. But it's a bit awkward with the time difference. But yeah, we'll just talk to the kids and see how they are. And the kids, the big ones, is going to watch the fight. I think it's on at like 4 in the morning in the UK.
4 or 5 in the morning, probably.
I've got it tuned in, like downloaded it. So whatever you do,
Yeah, ordered
it, whatever it is.
Ordered it. All right. Well, listen. I know it's getting late, so I appreciate your time. Needed to. Can't have a Fury fight week and not interview Paris. So.
Boring interview, but it's 10 o'clock at night.
No, it's not boring. It's not boring at all. Did half hour with Shane yesterday,
Yeah.
which went down well. Everyone likes listening to Shane.
But Shane tells it as it is. That's why.
I know. Shane spoke for 28 minutes. I think I spoke for 2.
That's all right. You haven't pumped me tonight to try and get some conversation. I'm
No,
too
let's
tired.
go. It's all right. Listen, for whatever time it is. What's the time? Oh, it's 10 to 10. It's good. Well, listen. Hopefully, we'll catch up with you after the fight, and hopefully everything goes well tomorrow night.
Very good.
And yeah, got anything you want to add, Paris?
Hello, good night. God bless. Welcome to Vegas.
Thank you very much.
William Hill sponsors IFL TV.
I'm the man to beat Daniel Dubois. We're going to sleep.